Hello everyone, welcome back. So I have the sim ready and this is how it looks like. And Kong is moving through this. So once I hit play, you can see a lot of parts are simply disappearing, and what's happening is they're actually exploding, and Bullet is not able to solve whatever constraints that we gave it. And this is something I was expecting, but I wanted to go through the full process to show you guys what's going to happen. And in this specific example, pinning the connectivity between the pieces using the glue constraint is not the right thing. We want you can use the glue, but it's not the perfect solution for this case. We want to use something that has some sort of flexibility that allows all the entire structure to move, and that would be the pin constraint. So what I've done is to fix this is as the first attempt I tried to delete the geo where Kong is in case that was causing the issue, but that's not what was causing the explosion, and instead I changed the connection to pin constraint. So here we have the connectivity that we said before, we have the interconnection between the materials, and I simply set all of that to a pin constraint. And then inside the DOP I created a new constraint network, which is the correct way of doing it. Previously we introduced this glue wood node, and we were using the same sub solver that we were using to bend and do everything, and we plugged the pin connection, the constraint, through the same system. I didn't want to do that, and the best thing is to have a separate constraint network, and so I did that. This is the new node here. This is my new interconnection, and then inside I have a new subsolver, and I set the deletion based on the angle because it's a pin constraint, and if it's bigger than 3 I delete the primitive. Very simple, very basic. It's the same from this guy. So this is the result. I cached it as v16, and I also removed the deletion of the geometry where Kong is because that was not what's causing the issue. And this is something I did by hand, so I simply disable those. And then v16, let's take a look at the result. Let's first take a look at the wood by itself. So this is the wood structure. You can see how everything is still pinned together, and it's deforming really well, and we're getting everything that we need with wood. But right now the pin constraint, the angle set to 3 is pretty high. We still want these guys to break at certain point, and or if it gets to this point basically. So the angle of 3 is not ideal, and this is with the other geometry as well. You can see it also changed these guys because now we have a very strong connection between the wood and concrete. So whatever happens to the concrete, is the wood is gonna stick to that as much as possible. You can see it there. So we want some way for this to break away as well. Okay, so I'm gonna lower the pin to something reasonable, and let's go with 0.2. And yeah, let's try that. It's still high for this example, but let's do that for now. So I'm gonna copy this, and actually I'm gonna keep this at 3 and change it in the new DOP. And I promise this will be the last test for wood, as long as we get the sim that we want, obviously. Let's dive inside. Okay, And let's run one more cache, v17, and then we'll continue in the next video and move on to something different. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.